This is 2 Minutes Together, a ministry of Central Lutheran Church, Eugene, Oregon. I'm Pastor Ben. This week we continue our series in Genesis chapter 1 on now day 4, where God in the creation narrative creates the sun and the moon and the stars. I don't know if you've been following these videos, but there's actually a little bit of an odd passage here. It starts with let there be light. Then it's separate the dry land from the waters. Then it's create vegetation. And now we have the sun and the moon. Personally, I would have thought days 3 and 4 would have been switched. Why do we first have vegetation and life on earth and then mention the moon and the sun? For example, those of us who know anything about science would say, well, without the sun, there's no life anyway. But the text is doing something interesting. See, you could understand day 1, day 2, and day 3 as all tools for humans to use. That is, the dry land separated from the water, the light that's just generally present, and then obviously vegetation that we use for food. But here we talk about the stars. And the stars and the sun, they're important for human life in the big general sense, but not the same way the others are. It's as if to say, there is a whole cosmos here, and by the way, it has order and it has structure. The stars move in ways that there are patterns to it. The sun and moon work in cyclical plans. And so you don't need humans for those to be there. But for those humans that are there, there is a stability to this life, a predictability at a big, grand scale. In your everyday life, it won't be predictable like that. But you can see the world around you. There's something there. It's bigger than you, and there's some point to it. There's some structure to it. So we're seeing maybe two things at once. Recognizing the significance of humans in the scope of everything else, and seeing that you are within a larger thing that does have rhyme and reason. It is not simply chaos around us. There is something where we can, in fact, find that rest that all of this is leading toward in day 7. In those moments where it feels chaotic, there is some order. God has put in a larger structure of everything. This has been 2 Minutes Together. I'm Pastor Ben.